All right. Okay. So what we're going to go to, we're going to go to the Legend of the Jews, and under the Legend of the Jews, we're going to go to the chapter where it says Judah and his sons. The link will be in the bottom. All right, so you guys can follow. So I'm going to go to the 7th paragraph. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, in the 7th paragraph, what this is talking about Tamar, which was betrothed by Judah, the sons of Judah. And Judah and Jacob were judging Tamar because her being a daughter of a Levite, a daughter of a priest, excuse me, the penalty by death by her having fornication is death. So, in this point, it was Judah, Jacob, and I think it was Isaac who was judging her. Excuse me if I'm correct. Yes, it was Judah that was judging her, and the penalty was that she were to be burned by fire, excuse me, to death according to the law. So I'm going to, read this from the top. So what we're going to see how confession will save you from going to hell. All right. Now, by the man whose deeds or am I with child, but though I perish in the flames, I will not betray him. I hope in the Lord of the world that he will turn the heart of the man so that he will make confession thereof. Confession thereof. All right. Then Judah rose up and said, with your permission, my brethren, and ye men of my father's house, I make it known that with what measure a man meets, it shall be measured unto him, be it for good or for evil. But happy the man that acknowledgeth his sins. Let me say this again. Happy the man that acknowledges his sin, because I took the coat of Joseph and colored it with the blood of a kid, and then laid it at the feet of my father, who is Jacob, saying, know now whether it be thy son's coat or not. Therefore, I must now confess. Must I now confess before the court, unto whom the signet, this mantle, and this staff. But it is better that I be put to shame in this world than I should be put to shame in the other world. So there's two worlds. There's the physical world that we're living in right now, and the other world, either heaven or hell. All right. So that's what he's talking about, being put to shame. So it's better that he be put to shame in this physical earth that he is living in right now and confess his sins, than to put to shame in the other world before the face of my pious father. Who is his father? Jacob. It is better that I should perish in a fire that can be extinguished. So it's better that he can perish and die in a fire that can be extinguished. Then I should be cast into hellfire, which devoureth other fires. So you notice one thing that it says about hellfire, that hellfire is way much stronger, and it devours the physical fire that we see here on this earth today. So it's way much hotter, right? So the hellfire is way much hotter. So he's saying this. Let me go back to it again. It is better that I should perish in a fire that can be extinguished. That means a fire that can be turned off. All right. Then I should be cast into hellfire, which devoureth other fires. Now then, I acknowledge that Tamar is innocent. By me is she with child. So it was Judah who slept with Tamar. Not because she indulged in an illicit passion, but because I held back her marriage with my son Shelah. Then a heavenly voice was heard to say, yea, both are innocent. It was the will of God that it should happen. So this happened by the will of God. So they were both innocent, right? Now let me continue. The open confession of Judah induced his oldest brother Reuben to make public acknowledgement of the sin he had committed against his father. So Reuben also made a public acknowledgement publicly in front of everyone in the court of the sin that he committed against Jacob. For he had kept it a secret until then. You see? So he kept it a secret until then. All right. Tamar gave birth to two. Okay, let me see if I should continue on. All right. Now we all know that Reuben sinned against his father, but he kept it a secret until then. But he made that confession. You see, the open confession of Judah induced his older brother Reuben to make a public acknowledgement of the sin that he had committed. So you see, let me go back here. It says that, let me go back over because I took, you see, so because I took the coat of Joseph and colored it with blood of a kid. So we all know that Judah, that the 12 sons of Jacob sold Joseph into slavery. And what Judah did, he went to his father, lied, took Joseph's coat and put some blood upon it and said, well, some animal killed him, whatever. Saying he got killed, whatever. So his father, all this time, he thought that his son was dead. But finally Judah confessed that he was the one responsible for doing this and that Joseph is not dead. So he made the confession. Therefore, I must now confess. You see? So let's read it. Therefore, I must now confess before the court unto whom belongeth this signet, this mantle, and this staff. So by the staff and the signet and this mantle, Tamar had it, and they know that it belongs to Judah. So, so he got caught. All right. So he confessed. But it is better I be put to shame in this world than I should be put to shame in the other world. That means that's the world to come, heaven. Before the face of my pious father, it is better that I should perish in a fire that can be extinguished than I should be cast into hellfire, which devoureth other fire. So hellfire devoureth other fire. I don't care. Like, listen, you could take a furnace, put it with fire. I don't care. 2,000 degrees. Hellfire is way much hotter than that. All right. I acknowledge that Tamar is innocent. So the thing is this is confession. You must confess your sins. No, listen, nobody can say anything now. No one can say anything. You have to confess your sins. Otherwise, if you don't confess your sins, you're going to make it to hell. Simple as that. You cannot hold any type of secret inside of you and keep it to yourself. So this is the reason why you see so many people, when they're about to die, they confess their sins. So many people of the things that they've done, because the guilt of what they did, they cannot hold it anymore. They must confess it because they're trying to make it right with God. So this to show you that confession will save you from hell. Now, I know some people are going to try to use this. This is the reason why I didn't want to do the study. Some people are going to try to use this and say, well, I'm going to continue to sin and sin and sin and sin and sin until the last day. Then I'm going to confess my sin. Well, guess what? You don't know when you're going to be taken out, first and foremost. And if you use that as a crutch to continue in sin, listen, you're not guaranteed at all to make it to the kingdom of heaven. Matter of fact, this is wickedness. Chances are you will be cast into hellfire for that very, very wicked thought. Remember at the beginning how the 6,110 people got burned with fire just because of their wicked thoughts. Some doubted that, the Levites doubted that the tabernacle was holy. So they got burned with fire. So please, since we are in the last days,